The graphs are drawn by the Einstein to explain the photoelectric equation. So there will be a graph between the intensity of the light, incident light and the photocurrent. Whenever the intensity of the light increases, photocurrent also increases. Generally, the students believe that whenever the energy of the light increases, the intensity of the light also increases. That is wrong. So the intensity of the light never depends upon the energy. So very simple, whenever we have the colors, there is a same color with the different things. So this is a red color which is a very light, so we are not able to see that. So even though we are able to see this red color, the border red color, so this red is thicker than this one. So that means the intensity of this color is very less. The intensity of this color is higher. That means both the colors are same, means that will have the same frequency, but only the thickness, that is a high brightness only, not a thickness, brightness will be changed. So the brightness only we are changing, that the intensity. So this border is a higher intensity, that is a high intensity red color. This is a low intensity red color. That means this low intensity red color emits a very few number of the photons. That photons is called particle nature of light. The photons is called particle nature of the light. Photons are small wave packets, the small energy packets. So the light is considered as a particle in this manner. So in this situation we can consider light is not a wave, this is a particle. That particle name is photon. So whenever the number of photons increases, the brightness increases, that is the intensity is higher. For when the number of photons is decreased, so the intensity decreases. So light green color and thick green color, light blue and thick blue, everything because of number of photons, not an increase in frequency, that is energy. So the intensity of the light will directly proportional to number of photons. So whenever the high energetic radiation falls on the metal surface, that metal surface electron will absorb this light, not as a energy, this will absorb as a photon. The collection of photons is a light energy, high energetic radiation. Each photon has a energy E is equal to h nu. So we can write E n is equal to n h nu. So if there is a n number of particles, n number of h nus are there. So this is a photon, this is a electron. So there will be a photon electron collision take place. For that only the electron will be ejected out. If there is a more number of photons, more number of collisions may occur. So the number of photons increases means more electrons will be emitted out. If the more number of photoelectrons are emitted, more current will be flows. That's why when the intensity increases, photocurrent increases. Again I will say that when the intensity increases means number of photons increases. The light is made up of more number of particles is called, collection of particles is called photons. So when the light incident on the metal surface means the electron present in the outermost orbit of that atom of the particular metal surface will absorb. That means there will be a collision between photon, the particle nature of the light, photon and the electron collision. So particle collision take place. What will happen? Electron will be ejected out from metal surface. So what will happen? If there is a more intensity radiation means more number of photons will be available. If more number of photons available means what will happen? More electron collisions will take place. Hence the more photoelectrons emitted. If there is a more number of photoelectrons are emitted by the metal surface, the photocurrent will be correspondingly increases. We can say that when the intensity of light increases, photocurrent increases. So the photon means energy packs, small energy packs, that is called quantas. That is called quantas. Then effect of potential. So that is a stopping potential. So I will take the same light, that is ultraviolet light, with different intensities, intensity 1, intensity 2 and intensity 3. The intensity 3 is bigger than intensity 2. So gradually I will increase the intensity of the light. Okay. Whenever the high intensity light falls on that, what will happen? More number of photons are emitted. So the high intensity radiation has more photons, more current will become. Hence the photocurrent will be maximum for I3. So compared to I2 and I1. So I2 has a more photocurrent than I1. I1 has a least photocurrent because it has a less number of photons because the intensity is very, very small. But if you apply the stopping potential, reverse potential, the energy never depends upon the intensity of the light. So the energy will depend only on the incident radiation frequency. So this is a single frequency, either it may be a ultraviolet radiation or X-ray or gamma ray. So one single radiation with different intensities. So all these three radiations with the different intensities have same stopping potential. That's why we come to the conclusion the kinetic energy of the electron is depends upon, that will be equal to EV0, where V0 is a stopping potential. Then effect of frequency. In this case, frequency is a single radiation with different intensities. Here, the same intensity but different radiations we are used. So this may be a UV ray. So nu2 may be a X-ray, or this may be a gamma ray. So definitely gamma ray is a more frequency than the X-ray. X-ray is a high frequency than the UV ray. So initially the UV ray is passed with the same intensity. What will happen? It has a stopping potential at this point. When the X-ray is passed, what will happen? It has a higher frequency. So the same material, same work function, then the remaining extra energy only utilized as a kinetic energy. So the what will happen in this first case, ultraviolet radiation, the work function is the same as that for the X-ray radiation because the metal surface is same. So the X-ray in this X-ray radiation incident part, what will happen? Extra energy is sufficient. So the electron will move more faster than when the ultraviolet ray emits a photoelectrons. So if you, in order to stop this, we have to supply the more reverse voltage. That is, the reverse voltage is increase. So that is, we can say that V0 will be at the different positions for change in different frequencies. So these are all the different graphs drawn, which is plotted between the photocurrent. All these things are drawn between the photocurrent. Y-axis is photocurrent only. In x-axis incident intensity of the light, and the anode, that is a potential. Here it is a frequency. So the frequency changes, but the x-axis is potential alone. Anode potential means positive potential. Cathode potential means reverse potential. Only in the reverse potential only we have studied about the stopping potential concept. So understand this one. In examination, this graph discussion repeatedly asked in 3 mark question, all the 3 graphs. Even the another graph is there, it is depend upon the metal. When the metal surface changes, what will happen? Stopping potential is also changes. That is another graph. Okay. So understand this concept clearly. Based on these graphs only, Einstein written the Einstein photoelectric laws. Okay, so he write all the photoelectric laws based on this graph only. So what is the Einstein photoelectric laws? The first law explains this graph. When the intensity increases, photocurrent increases. Second law explains about the threshold frequency. Third law explains about the stopping potential. And the fourth law says that photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process. So the 4 laws of photoelectric emission is 4 points. So first point is study about that. It explains about the intensity of the incident radiation. Second one explains about the threshold frequency. Third one explains about the stopping potential. Fourth one is in the photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process. That is, whenever the light falls on that, immediately photocurrent emits. It will flows through the conductor. Then you should know about some main features of the photons. So the photons are interaction material which will behave as a particle. So the particle nature of the wave is called a photon. The photon energy is E equal to h nu. The photon momentum is h nu by c or h by lambda. So this is the momentum of the photon energy, that is the particle nature of the light. So the photons are electrically neutral. So it is not deflected by the electric and magnetic field. Then the photoelectric emission will be based on, explained clearly on the based on the photons concept. So photon is a particle nature of light. So you should know about some features of the photons also.